Oh, crash in front, to left, right.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is a terrible idea, but we're going to try it anyway. Fuck.
Albi. Bad.
What?
What?
They've
just restarted
restarted the server.
Oh.
That's not going to sit well with a lot of people.
What the fuck?
Definitely wasn't reading the stream there.
God, I'm not finishing, am I?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Main thing is you didn't hit anyone else.
Go right on the grass.
Yeah, go right, yeah.
Was it the curb?
Yep. It was the bus stop.
Are you any damage on the left, on the front right?
I think we're good.
I think it's fine. I just bounced a bit.
We'll have some optional suspension and stop, but that'll be it.
Sounded like a bus fucking ran over you.
I almost lost it in the wall.
Yeah, no, you did an excellent job catching it.
It was just the desk.
Nicely manoeuvred. Oh my Christ!
Fuck me!
Damage.
Oh yeah, like front, but
Okay.
that could have been a lot worse.
Oh my God.
You're right, Jamie. They're going to restart.
Oh
They're
my
not
God.
restarting again, are they?
No way.
Oh, this is a pile now.
What the hell? I missed that.
It was the biggest pile-up on MC I've ever seen.
Ridiculous.
It's about 20 cars all in.
They're still recovering. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That was Euless as well.
Crash ahead, again. Rear, the other one.
Up. Oh, no.
Right, let's try this again, boys. I tried a few things and nothing worked. We've re-downloaded it. And it still didn't work. And then looked in the Steam discussions and it said you just have to start it and wait for like 5 or 6 minutes and it will eventually kick into life. So that's what we're trying now. But I thought we'd go live again and give you an update. It's really quite irritating. I have no idea why it would take 5 minutes to get off the splash screen, but that's kind of what we're going to wait for and see if that works. And if it doesn't, not a clue. We'll have to wait and try some random fixes, I guess, but we'll have to see. Would have to be the game that I'm like most excited for. Would have to have these issues. If this does work, it's going to be quite annoying, because then I would have delayed the stream by an hour and waited for it to re-download for no reason, if all we had to do was wait on this splash screen. Exactly. I think they've heard what we're planning, and they just Aston Martin have infected our game with a virus. If you can get rid of our boy Stroll, then you're gonna have to wait. Hey Kagan, how's it going, buddy? What's up is we're waiting for the game to try and load. It's currently stuck on this screen. And according to some of the Steam discussions, we just have to wait. We want the menus camera, which is that one. And that hasn't got display. There we go. So yeah, we're waiting to see if this works. If this doesn't work, then we've got something seriously wrong with our configuration in terms of its compatibility with the game, which is going to be pretty frustrating. Any day now, it's just going to kick into life. I can feel it. Can you send the car of the Audi? Sorry to remind you, but my billions of fans on Instagram waiting for the result of the race. What do you mean send the car? The pics of the car are in livery. If you go on Rage's Discord and go on BB Paint Ideas, all the pictures of the car are already in there, mate. Yeah, it's in that BB livery, BB Paint Ideas. I'll at you in the thing. Oh, there we go. All we had to do was wait. That's really irritating. Right, well, let me do game capture now. There we go. That's pretty fucking loud. Let's move that down. Oh, right. Don't need that. Right, let's get that volume down, please. We want ultra, boys. Boardless. That's fine. Right. Yeah, we love copyrighted music, Liam. It's a great thing to put at the beginning of your game, isn't it? Not that we're really running ads anyway, but... not Codemaster, it's Frontier. Right, is the music and the mic the right levels? As in, can you hear me over the music before we jump into the game? First impressions, editing sound live, exactly. And working on technical issues live. Okay, so the levels are okay, so you can hear me over the music. Cool. Right, let's do this,
Formula
finally.
One, a sport that spans hearts, minds, and nations, where the 20 best drivers in the world come together to take on some of the world's most historic circuits. And that legacy continues today. The 2021 championship was thrilling from start to finish.
Let's not make this start another argument. At least Hardy's not in
better.
here currently.
New regulations
So don't
will
say
usher
anything,
in an age of pioneering changes. New driving talent alongside returning champions will be dueling it out to the bitter end. The pressure will be on the team principals in the upcoming season as they manage their
I should have dug
drivers,
out like
their
an old
cars, and the whole team
headset
to
that I can
push to
smash up
victory.
when we need to.
This is not a challenge for the faint-hearted. This is Formula One.
Nice little intro video, isn't it?
Mercedes returned to F1 in 2010, and since 2014 they've won the
Damn, that
Constructors'
looked good.
Championships back-to-back every year. In 2021 they took home the Constructors' Championship once more, although they narrowly missed out on the Drivers' Championship, coming in second. Heading into 2022,
Right,
Mercedes
I
will
want to go
insist on
through all of
dominating
these,
the
but
competition. Nothing less than the
there's
fastest car
nothing
and the
left
most
to
wins will give the Silver Arrows the outcome they
to
want
leave
to see.
to your
At the end of
imagination. You
this
know what
new
team we're
season,
going for, right?
2021 was Aston Martin's first full season in Formula One. They roared onto the scene with Sebastian Vettel, the legendary four-time world champion, in one of those coveted driving seats. Despite some teething problems in testing,
No, you're gone,
Aston
mate.
Martin gave
Why
a
do their
solid
eyes look so
showing
weird?
and finished
Why are
the
they so
season
angry?
in 7th place overall. Heading into 2022 with Lance
Seb looks
Stroll
weird
and
with that
Vettel
hair.
behind
Why have they
the
not given
wheel,
him long hair?
Aston Martin have the potential to become regular podium contenders, but it's going to take strong leadership and
No,
shrewd
out, mate.
investments to get them
He's
there.
gone. The graphics look amazing. There's a joke delayed. We shouldn't be on too bad a delay. It should be on like 5 seconds or so. Yeah, I've heard them all as well, Liam. So, look, this is what we're going for. Aston Martin. We need to get 8th. We need to get into a points contender. Starting balance is fairly high. Car performance is pretty much the worst on the grid. Drivers, 7th of 10. That's going to be sorted out pretty quickly. Headquarters are decent, though. I wonder what we could do to replace Lance Stroll. I wonder if you can work out what we plan to do for the first season. Right, come on. Let's get started. Right, we're going to turn off the first time guidance because I want to get in depth with the menus and I want to do some stuff before we start the first race. So we're going to be pretty deep into the menus and stuff for the first half an hour or so just to get used to what's there. And I want full control going into Bahrain Grand Prix. So let's go. Main objective is being strong. That's the only objective. Right. We're in. Let's move that up a little bit. Camera's going to be difficult just because of the sheer amount of menus. I think we're okay on this side. Right, so home screen, drivers, team, all good stuff. Right. Inbox, habit of checking, that's fine. Mark that as red, don't need to know that. Calendar, we know. Circuits, we know, that's fine. Right, performance targets. Right, so this stuff for when we get into the race, so that's fine. Cars. So we have the parts on the cars, quantity that we have and what's installed. So we start with a couple, just 2 chassis, some spare front wings, no spare side pods. Now we're going to get into this straight away. This is the massive improvement for me over Motorsport Manager. I've talked about this time and time again, but you design a part and then you can manufacture as many as you want rather than designing one part and every part being different like it was Motorsport Manager. So if your driver has a crash and breaks the front wing, you have to have a spare front wing to put on the car, but that can be the same spec as the best one you've designed as long as you manufactured it. Right, we just want to go through menus for now, just see what's here. So we've got car analysis. So that's looking at Vettel's car. So we're a bit down on top speed. Well, we're going to be down on everything, let's be honest. Is there anything our car's good at currently? Acceleration's not too bad compared to the average. But generally, no. We're worse than the grid at most things. Okay. Then we've got car part development. So obviously no projects currently. Right, I want to get something manufactured. Designed before we start. And then you got the warehouse. How do you make one? Okay, so you go manufacture and then you make one. 75 grand for a side pod. Okay. Okay, so cars is developing stuff and manufacturing stuff. Drivers, right. So we can scout. We'll have a look at that in a minute because obviously that is going to be pretty crucial for us. Then we got our guys. So we got 2 really good race engineers. They've got 3 or 4 years on the contracts, so we're not going to be doing anything there. Our technical chief, he's got 1 year left on his contract. He's not great. So we have to find a candidate before we can compare. But presumably we can scout key staff. Okay. Engineering team, so we can make the size of the team smaller but not bigger. Presumably that's going to need the design center to then allow that. Scouting team, we have got 2 scouts. Again, improve the scouting department, we can get more scouts. Likewise with pit crew. You train. Okay, that's interesting. So you train your pit crew. Okay, so for now, I'm going to change that while we're in this menu. So if we change the training focus to the wing adjustment to get them level with the rest of the stuff. I mean, I don't think we're going to be making wing adjustments this early on, but let's get them trained in it anyway. So that's stuff. Makes sense. Facilities. Jesus. There's like 54 upgrades to do. So we've got car development, staff, and operations. Car development, factory, design center, wind tunnel, CFD, suspension, car part. So factory increases the project capacity and development speed. Design center, project capacity, again, engineer capacity. Wind tunnel, when we research new parts, they will be better if our wind tunnel's better. That makes sense. CFD simulator, similar sort of thing. Suspension is the same thing, but only for brake cooling and suspension. Car parts for engine cooling and brake cooling. Okay. Alright, we're not going to upgrade anything just yet. Facilities, team hub. Makes the team more attractive when we're trying to get members of staff in and presumably sponsors as well. Increase the morale of the staff and drivers. Weekly experience gain for staff. Scouting development. Scout capacity is increased. I feel like that's not going to be that important. I guess it will make, if you have more scouts, you can scout more efficiently, and maybe to a higher level, so you'll be able to get a narrower window for their contracts and stuff. Weekly experience gain for drivers if we upgrade the simulator. And operations, boardroom, race confidence gain, team attractiveness, hospitality, team attractiveness. So I think that's sponsor then team attractiveness. Forecast accuracy, team attractiveness, memorabilia. This is a really cool feature. Like the trophies go up in there, but I don't think we're going to be getting any of them straight away. So don't think we'll worry about that. Tour center gives us a weekly income. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's going to be very in depth. And while a lot of people will be focusing on the flashy stuff of the races, we will get to that, but I want to learn these aspects because it's going to make it so much better as it goes along. And to me, this is also the interesting aspect as well as the racing. Board confidence. It's just satisfied, current progress, target season. Right, okay, don't need to worry about that for a minute. Board budget, initial payment, monthly payment of 4.5. Team rating. Okay. Profile, that's just stats. Rules and regulations, that will be something we need to know towards the end of the year. Season balance. So we're currently making a profit per month of 2 million. Projected to make a profit of 123 million by the end of the year. I presume we'll need a lot to build the car. Right. Things we need to do. So we have 31 million. Should we start with drivers? Smoke coming out of you. Yeah, it's going to be daunting for a lot of people. Coming from Motorsport Manager and a lot of management games doesn't seem too bad for me. It's something you'll learn as you pick along. And if you follow the tutorials you go in, then it will teach you a lot of this stuff. Right. Lance Stroll. Is going to be out of here. That's what we've decided. Now, the choice we've obviously got a fantastic reserve. We've got Nico Hülkenberg, proven Formula 1 driver. He should have great experience, I presume. Is there no experience stat? It's great cornering. Control, I guess, maybe his experience. So he's going to be consistent. He's probably not going to be as quick as Stroll. But I just don't want Stroll in here at the moment. So we could take on Hülkenberg for 1 year. Gives us a chance to find a good youngster. And gives us a safe pair of hands. Or we go and look for a rookie. Someone we can develop. The problem with that is they're going to be a bit lower to begin with. And it's going to take us, I think, 30-40 days to scout them. And the next race is in 11 days. Yeah, but that means we have to start with Stroll. We're not going to be able to get a driver in time for Bahrain unless we use Hülkenberg. Unless we can we promote him? So we can only give him a 1 season contract. So do we start the first race with Lance Stroll? I kind of want to put Hülkenberg in for 1 year. Well, we can do some proper scouting and work out which youngster we want. Let's go with a There we go. It's up to you guys. That one. We chose Aston Martin. We chose to get rid of Stroll, so you guys decide. If we scout, we have to start the first race with Hülkenberg. With Stroll. And maybe the second one. If we use Hulk, then we can get out. We can get Stroll out immediately. That's 50-50, which is not useful. So if one of you guys can... if you're in the game Kagan, you'd be straight in the car, you know that. We've got 6 people in it. Just one more vote. We'll decide it. So the next vote decides which one we go with. While we leave that up for a second, let's go to the cars because I want to get something in development. So if we show rank on the grid, I think that will show us where we're weakest. So we want to get I reckon we go for a floor. Let's go for a new floor, like a big upgrade. Still at 50-50, guys. If we can get one more vote, we can decide, or I will decide. Have you voted, Liam? So, in this part development, we have a limited amount of CFD testing we can do, and a limited amount of wind tunnel hours. So you use these to allocate towards part development. Wind tunnel refreshes every 56 days. I think this is all we have for the whole season. You have? Okay. Well, we'll get this part finished, and if we don't have another vote, then we'll go with who I want. So we can use... So the more of this we use, the better the part will be. I want this to be like a big upgrade that we can put on the car. I don't mind if it takes a while. So let's use 20 hours. And CFD, we've got to be sparing with this. So I reckon we use an hour on it. It will make us really good at low speed, which there are some really good low speed tracks in the beginning of the season. So let's get a new floor on it. Oh god, what does this do? Now this is where it gets complicated. This is sick though. For a from a part development point of view, the fact that we can actually like... So do we want it to reduce drag, which is going to make us better in a straight line, or do we want a really grippy car? I reckon we try to focus on downforce. If we focus that a bit more, is that... So that's going to make it hard to follow. I mean, I really don't know on this stage. Like this is a low speed. Let's make us really good in low speed corners, and see. This is the first part, right? We don't really know what we're doing. This whole season is going to be about learning. I reckon we go for that. It's going to make our car one of the best in low speed, potentially. But we're going to be pretty bad in dirty air. Let's go for that. Oh, when's Monaco? I can't get out this menu. Can anybody check what date Monaco is? It's in May, right? I can check that. Hang on. Monaco's 29th of May. So Let's go 5. Let's put 5 of our engineers on it. And that'll be done in time for Monaco. So it'll be one of the best low-speed cars for Monaco. We're not going to rush it. That just makes it more expensive. Do we want it on a bit earlier? Yeah, let's rush it. Let's rush it. Fuck it. Okay. New floor developed. It was 50-50 in the poll. So we're going to end that. I'm going to choose to go with Hulk. I want Stroll out the car. It's not going to be quite as good, but he might be a bit more consistent, and we can look for a youngster for season 2. So we're going to try and get him in the car. How much are we paying Stroll? $2.9. So as long as we stay under 2. Wait, hang on. How much are we paying? No, I don't, Liam. But you know, it's a small audience. It's fair enough. We're paying Hulk 4.7 million a year, and we're paying Lance Stroll 2. He's still going, but like it's 14 million for 7. I guess that's the father thing, right? Probably giving you some money off the books. Okay. It's gonna be 1 season, but you're gonna get in the car. I wonder if we can give him a little bit less because he's getting a drive. So offer him 4.5. No lump sum, no race target. What's wrong with this guy? You just offered him a race seat and he doesn't want it. He doesn't like 1 season. He's neutral on the salary. Okay, well, put your salary down a bit then, as you're neutral on it. And give him a lump sum of, I don't know. How high does that go? For reference. Okay. 200 grand? We save that over the season with what we just reduced. No, we don't. It needs to be like 150. Cool. I'm not giving him a 2-year contract. Sorry, but no, he's not getting one. So we'll just increase the lump sum. This is a cost. It's going to be costly, but it's probably not the best thing for the team. He won't take 2 seasons. He won't take 1 season. He's worse than Alonso. Okay, I think we're going to have to scout. I think Stroll's going to have to be in the car for the first race. Because I'm not offering him a 2-year deal and I'm not paying him any more than that because it's ridiculous. So, don't want current F1 drivers, really. So who have we got in reserve? So obviously, all of them are out from a budget point of view, considering we have to be building the car. So reserves are Giovinazzi, Hulkenberg, obviously, Piastri. It's got to be Piastri, right? The thing is, I know what we're paying Hulkenberg, so we don't necessarily have to scout. So what if we offered him a 2-year deal? For $1 million. A starting bonus of 250. That's way less than we're paying Stroll and Hulkenberg. Let's try that. Accepted. There we go. He's like $1 million less than Stroll, and if we get rid of Hulkenberg as a reserve, then we're saving a huge amount on his salary. Okay. Piastri. See ya, Stroll. You're out of here, buddy, on the eve of the season. Oh, that's so cool. It changes their race suit. Like that. Alright. Well, let's get, from a financial point of view, let's get someone in. It's really cheap. Fox, are you here? You know about F2. Who would be a good F2 reserve driver? I feel like Logan Sargent's an obvious one, but I feel like he's gonna... yeah, just booted him on the eve of the season. I've seen no mention of Lawrence Stroll in this game yet, so I presume we've... Lawrence Stroll is out the door as well. So it's just the Strolls have been kicked out on the eve. Logan Sargent... Tio Porcher... I mean, I feel like they're going to want some money, though. I feel like we just need a cheap reserve that might be good in the future. Maybe someone like Liam Lawson. Who's already a reserve. I reckon Liam. He's already AlphaTauri reserve. Fuck it, we can piss around with these guys, like just lowball them to hell. Because we're paying Hulkenberg $4 million a season, and we've just got Piastri for $1 million. So I don't know. You want 50 grand in your bank account and 300,000? I feel like he's going to say no to that. It's going to cost us $4 million to break Hulkenberg's contract, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe... Okay, Hulkenberg might have to stay. He's already... We'll have to make that saving next year, because it's going to cost us the same as it would pay him to the year. We can maybe break it later in the year. Okay. So you've got 28 million. Piastri's in. Vettel is staying, and we want... As long as he does well, I want to try and retain him at the end of the year. I want to try and convince him to stay with the project. So... I feel like we want to upgrade the simulator because we want to make sure that Piastri develops throughout the season. So we're going to build the simulator. And then we want something that's going to make the car better, obviously. Factory, this is going to be expensive, isn't it? 11 mil. Increases project capacity. Design centers 11 mil. Our facilities are actually already okay. They're not terrible. That's fairly cheap. Let's do the hospitality area to help out with trying to get better sponsors. I think they are, Liam, but we want this. I mean, I don't want to just rush into a race. I want to get all this stuff set up and learn it all, and then we get into the race. Because this is also the interesting aspect for me, and this is like people that rush into Bahrain and the first few races, like they're then gonna look at their car. Our car is awful. I know how Bahrain's gonna go. We're gonna be back with the Williams. We're not gonna be competing for points, so we need to make decisions now to get our car in a position by mid-season we can start challenging for some points, hopefully. Right, I'm not going to do anything else for now, I don't think, on facilities. Do we want to manufacture anything? Just thinking very quickly. Like Piastri's fresh in, he's debuting. Is he going to fuck the car? So how do I look at... So like a quick view to see how many parts we've got. No, that's really annoying. Okay. We got only 2 chassis, that's fine. Front wing's fine, rear wing's fine. I can't see them damaging any of that. We'll be fine. Okay. Staff we're not going to worry about for now. Facilities, we've done what we want to. Okay. We are going to continue. Right, car development. Introduce some fine sponsor obligations. It's just telling me. So merchandise. Your team must create merchandise featuring your sponsor. Pre-season cost of 15 million. Glad we didn't spend any more. But then will give us back $1 million a race. Okay, that's fine. I presume that happens automatically. Race day factory event. Your team must host a sponsor in your factory on the day of a race session. 10 times. Okay, that's fine. 20 event days. Driver appearances. Just Piastri, that's fine. Race day driver, fine. You can't actually do anything on this. I don't know why it made me look at this. That's fine. Season kickoff party. Yeah, it's 10 grand. Let's do it. Let's throw him a little party to celebrate. It's quite one thing this game's missing over Motorsport Manager. There's no like news articles or Twitter stuff. I'd love to see like some Twitter reactions to Piastri being brought in 8 days before the season. Right. Testing. We're terrible everywhere. We know, mate. We know. Okay, preparation. Cars are built. We've not built any parts, so they're all the same. Driver overview. We're obviously going to use Piastri, not our reserve. Sponsorship. I don't think we can get. What's guaranteeing? We're not going to get a fastest lap, for goodness sake. Finish 15th. I don't want to promise anything for the first weekend. Right. Bahrain.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything
I wish
is
they
up
had
for
long
grabs,
hair.
and nothing is certain at this stage. Let the
Bring
weekend
back long hair, Seb.
begin.
Right, practice. Now, I want to do all this myself, but I'm sure you guys want to see a race. Screw it, we're going to do it. So it's very similar to Motorsport Manager, just with the sliders. So that's reserved for the race. We've only got 2 other sets of mediums and 2 sets of hards. So, run plan. That's fine. Let's go a different way on Piastri's setting. Same run plan's fine. Cool. Practice 1.
Radio check.
Radio check. Green light, green light.
Okay. That's Sebastian Vettel, not Oscar Piastri. Great job, Frontier. How do I change cameras? Oh, there we go. Oscar Piastri coming out for his F1 debut then. Go, we're on track. Cool, right, let's send Vettel out on his run plan. Four-time world champion. And we'll just speed it up. So the only reason I'm doing practice manual is I want to work on the setups, because I feel like, from what I've seen, the manual ones don't do a good job. So time's not great at the moment. So let's let them do their run plans, and then we can look at what we can tweak with the setup. Moment Piastri quicker than Vettel, but to be fair, it's probably because the setups. He's probably not happy with the setup. So let's have a look around.
Someone's run wide. Here's the replay. Now look at this. Daniel Ricciardo involved here. They're forced wide, and they won't be happy at all about that.
Did we really need to see that?
And that was a bitter blow for the team. And it may have really hurt their overall.
You ever seen a team reacting like that to a practice lock-up? It's a bit much. Right, so they're still out on their run plans. Oh!
Let's take a
You're right,
closer
Seb.
look. Taking a look again, it involves Sebastian Vettel. What a spin out!
It's a bit of a spin. Okay. Can we get him to box after that? And just see how the setup's doing, and then we'll give it a change and send it back out again. Right. So we're not sure on traction or straights. Cornering's good, oversteer's great, so we want to keep those roughly the same. We need to change that braking stability quite a lot. Let's try that. Short run plan and keep the same tyres. And you can go back out.
How does it feel?
Okay, so we have to put them out longer to know the setup. Multi sliders are so much more irritating than motorsport manager. So we need to bring oversteer back in to there. Needs to change traction. That's nearly there. Let's try that. No, we're gonna have to use another set of softs. That's fine. We're gonna be out in Q1 anyway, probably. Why does he have no setup? Okay, we just have to send him out again.
Someone spun out.
And some way not getting any car setup confidence. It's very much confusing me. I think we'll only do practice one, so I don't think people want to watch this. To me, it's all part of it, but
The checkered flag is now out.
I think we probably need to auto this for now, so we can get on to the useful stuff. Or the entertaining stuff, I guess. Okay, we're on the soft tyres, which is the only reason we're close, but we're still quite a way off the back of the field. Oh, can we, now that we've done practice one, can we not? Oh, we can simulate it. Okay. Let's just simulate it. They did way better than we would have done. Look at that. Okay. We're simulating practice. I like the idea of...
Thank you for joining us here today. Once practice is over, qualifying will be underway, and then the fight for pole begins. By the end of the day, we'll know who's leading at the front, who's packing out the midfield, and who's bringing up the rear. All 20 drivers competing will be pushing their cars to the limit, pushing themselves to the limit too. But if they can push beyond those limits, well, the very best find themselves mounting a challenge for the championship. Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.